Hi friends, so we are back again to complete the formalities of lesson 2. We will just go through that exercises and we will just see which are the answers, especially the objective type answers we will tell here. Then other answers I will send you in the WhatsApp group as a PDF note. You will be able to write it down. So just take page number 35, exercises. The first one is fill in the blanks. Employment in the service sector dash increased to the same extent as production. So options are given there, has or has not. So what do you think? The employment in the private sector, in the service sector has or has not increased to the same extent as production. So answer is has not. Then the second one, workers in the dash sector do not produce goods. So which sector people do not produce goods? Tertiary or agricultural? Answer is tertiary sector, because we said they don't produce anything good, they produce only service. So answer is tertiary. Then the third one, most of the workers in the dash sector enjoy job security. So we are talking about two sectors, organized sector and unorganized sector. So in which sector people enjoy job security? Answer is organized sector. Organized sector. Then number 4. A dash production of laborers in India are working in the unorganized sector. So which is the answer? Option is large or small. So we said people who are working in the unorganized sector is a very large. Answer is large. A large proportion of laborers in India are working in the unorganized sector. Then number 5. Cotton is a dash product and cloth is a dash product. So you have to choose the correct one. And options are natural or manufactured. So the first one, cotton is a dash product. What is the answer? Cotton is a natural product. Then cloth is a dash product. What is the answer? Manufactured product. Cotton is a manufactured product. Then number 6. The activities in primary, secondary and tertiary sectors are independent or interdependent. What is the answer? Answer is interdependent. So that is first section is over. Now second section. Choose the most appropriate answer. The sectors are classified into public and private sector on the basis of, just now we finished in the last class. Sectors are divided into private and public based on the ownership. Third option is the correct answer. The answer is ownership of enterprises. Then number B. Production of a commodity mostly through the natural processes is an activity in dash sector. Production of a commodity mostly through the natural processes. You remember which sector it is? Primary, secondary, tertiary or information technology. Which is answer? Yes, answer is primary sector, because through the nature they are working close to the nature in the land. So answer is primary sector. Then number C. GDP is the total value of dash produced during the particular year. Answer is second one. All final goods and services. Answer is all final goods and services. Then number D. In terms of GDP, the share of tertiary sector in 2011-12 is, four options are there. Option number 3 is correct. Between 50 to 60%. That is the answer. Between 50 to 60%. Answer is option number 3. Between 50 to 60%. Then third one, match the following. So the first one is unirrigated land. So they are categorized. The first section is problems faced by the farming sector. So these are the 5 problems faced by the farmers are given there, and some possible solutions are also given there. So we have to choose which one is the correct solution for this problem. So if there is a problem of unirrigated land, what can be the solution, or what can the government do for them? So option number D is the correct one. That means construction of canals by the government. So government should make canals, construct canals in order to irrigate the land. Then second one, low prices for crops. So farmers are facing, sometimes they work hard for the whole year, and at the end of time for harvest, the price is very low. So what can the government do? Option number C, procurement of food grains by the government. So what government can do to solve this problem of low price is, government can buy the food from the people, the grains from the people, and distribute to other places. So that way the farmers will not suffer. Then the third one is debt burden. So people who are taking loan from the private sources, from the money lenders and so on. So at the end they are not able to give back that loan and they are burdened. So what can they do? The option number E, last one. Banks to provide credit with low interest. So if there are banks to provide credit or loan with a low interest, then instead of people going to the money lenders, they can go to this bank and take the loan. That will help them to save some money, because the banks are charging less interest, so they will be able to afford to return back. Then number 4 is no job in the off season. We said some employment is seasonal. They will have job only in certain season. People who are working in the field during the cultivation, they have job, but after the harvest they don't have job. So what can the government do to solve that problem? So the option number A is the correct answer. We can say government can set up agro-based mills. So if there are mills are there or factories are there, then after the harvest, government can make use of this grain, pulses, all that to produce something, so that there can be mill or factory. Then these people can get work there, employment there. Then the fifth one, compelled to sell their grains to the local traders soon after harvest. So some of the farmers, after they harvest, they have no more money in their hand, they are struggling. So they are forced to, then suddenly somebody will come, sell your grain, I will buy. So they will give very low price and buy it away, because farmers are in emergency for money and therefore they are selling it away. So how can we sell the farmers from this kind of traders? So option number B, cooperative marketing societies. So if the government can set up cooperative marketing society, that means many people join together and form a market. So farmers can go and sell the product there. So nobody can come and cheat the farmers. So these cooperative societies are managed by people of that village itself. Maybe many farmers join together and form a society. So if anybody is in need of money, they can sell the grain to that cooperative society. They will buy and give them good price. That way they will be safe. They will get a good price for their products. Nobody can cheat them. So these are some of the measures that government can take in order to help out the farmers of the country. Then number 4, find the odd one out and say why. So there are 4 groups are given there, and one of them is odd. Odd means not matching with that. All the rest of them will be somewhat similar, but one will be out of that group. So we have to find out which one is not in that group, proper to be in that group. For example, first one, tourist guide, Dobby, tailor, potter. So which one is odd there? Which one is odd? Tourist guide, what kind of service it is? It is a tertiary sector. They are providing service, isn't it? Then Dobby, washing clothes, those are washing clothes. That is also service sector, tertiary sector. Then tailor, what sector it is? Tailoring, that is also service sector, tertiary sector. Then potter, those are manufacturing pot. What sector it is? Working with the earth, isn't it? Therefore it is the primary sector. So potter is the odd one, that is separate, that is working in the primary sector. All the first 3 are working in the tertiary sector. The last one is working in the primary sector. So potter is the odd one. Then second one, teacher, doctor, vegetable vendor, lawyer. So 4 professions are given there, and we have to find out which one is the odd one, which is different from others. So teacher. So all these 4, teacher, doctor, vegetable vendor, lawyer, all these are working in the tertiary sector, providing service. So, but there is a difference. Teacher is employed in the school, getting good salary and so on. Then doctor is also employed in a hospital and getting good salary. Then vegetable vendor, those who are carrying around vegetable and selling, their work is not stable, they are not getting good salary. They may get in a day 100 rupees or 200 rupees. So then lawyer is also employed and will be getting good salary. So here the vegetable vendor is working in a unorganized sector and getting a low salary. But all the other 3 are working in the organized sector. They are well set up and they have good salary. So the odd one is vegetable vendor. Then the third one, postman, cobbler, soldier, police constable. So here all are providing services. Postman is providing service, cobbler is providing service, soldier is providing service, police is providing service. So among all these, which one is the odd one? So postman, soldier, police constable, all these are well set up. They are working in the organized sector. Their life is set, their salary is fixed and so on. But the cobbler, He is also providing service, but he is working in the unorganized sector. He is not sure anybody will come to him that day to repair the shoes or not. So his income is not steady. He is not sure how many rupees he is going to get and so on. So the odd one is cobbler. Then the fourth one, MTNL, Indian Railways, Air India, Jet Airways, All India Radio. So these are developmental organization setup. So MTNL is a telephone sector set up by the government, owned by the government. So all these are sectors owned by government or private. So MTNL is owned by the government. Indian Railways is owned by the government. Air India aeroplane, that is owned by the government. Then Jet Airways, that is another plane company, aeroplane company, that is owned by the private. Jet Airways is private. Then All India Radio, that is government one again. So here, except one, everything is owned by the government. That means they are in the public sector. Only one is in the private sector, that is Jet Airways. So which one is the odd one? Jet Airways is the odd one. So that is the correct picking up of the odd one. Now let us see number 5. So here the place of work is given there. A research scholar looked at the working people in the city of Surat and found the following. So let's say a man went for research, a man went for checking the people, and what he found is, in offices and factories registered with the government. So factories and offices, if it is registered with the government, what kind of nature it will be? Organized or unorganized? You will find it organized, because they are already registered and they are following the government rules and so on. Therefore it is organized form of government, organized form of sector. Then he found 15% of the people are working in organized sector. Then he found some people are on the shops. They are running the shops, offices, clinics, in marketplaces with formal licenses. So some people are running shops, having offices, and having some clinics, small hospitals with the government license, with the government permission. So that will be, what do you think? Is it organized or unorganized? So it is running with government permission. That means they have to follow all the government rules. So that is also organized sector, working in the organized sector. And he found 15% of the people are working there in the organized sector there also. Then he found some people are working on the street, construction workers and domestic workers. Some people are working in the street as construction workers, as a domestic staff, helping at home, cleaning the house, washing the clothes, all those things. So they are under what group it will come? Organized or unorganized? So they are working on their own. It is not organized. It is unorganized sector. And he found 20% of the people are working in the unorganized sector. Then lastly he found working in small workshops, usually not registered with the government. And he saw a lot of people are working in a small workshops, repairing two-wheelers, scooties, motorcycles and so on. And it is not registered with the government. Just people are making a small shop and repairing the vehicles. So that is organized or unorganized? That is also unorganized. And he found some people working there. How many percentage can you say? So total percentage will be 100, isn't it? So the first group we found 15 people, 15 percentage. Second one also 15 percentage. Third one is 20 percentage. So how much is left? 15 plus 15 plus 20. How much? 50, isn't it? Then another 50 more. So the large section, 50% of the people are working in the small workshops. So this is how the researchman saw in the city Surat. People who are working. So 15 plus 15, 30% of the people are working in the organized sector. Then 70% of the people are working in unorganized sector. In the unorganized sector. That is the situation not only in Surat but also maybe in most of the other places as well. Now take question number 19. Discuss and fill the following table giving one example each from your area. So let us see. Question number 19. They are given a well-managed organization then badly managed. So public sector, private sector, so public sector we can say which is well managed. Example for well managed is Delhi Metro Railway. Delhi Metro, it is very well managed by the government, Delhi government. Then badly managed organization we can say Air India, it is running on a loss. So the aeroplane company that is owned by the India is called Air India and it is not managed very well. It is running on a loss, it is not getting any profit. So government is losing every year so much money in order to maintain this Air India. So that is example of public sector. Now let us see about private sector. So private sector we can say a well managed organization is Reliance. Reliance Mobile. So Reliance Mobile we can say very well managed. They are getting a lot of profit. That means the company is managed very well. Then we can say a very badly managed is Satyam Computers. Another company is there called Satyam. They are very badly managed, not having enough profit. They are losing every day. So these are just examples. Both Delhi Metros and Air India, they are public sector owned by the government. But Delhi Metro is very well managed, but Air India is not very well managed. Then in the private sector, we see Reliance Mobile is very well managed, but another company called Satyam, it is not very well managed. They are running on a loss. So these are two examples. Now let's see question number 24. Is primary, secondary, tertiary. So here the 1950, the year 1950, the GDP was 80,000 from the primary sector, 80,000. But from the secondary sector it was 19,000. It was 19,000. And the tertiary sector it was 39,000. So that was the situation in 1950. But afterwards, after 61 years, that is in 2011, the situation changed. 80,000 became 8,65,000. 8,65,000. So much of increase is there. Then secondary sector became 13,70,000. 13,70,000. Then tertiary sector became 30,10,000. So that is the difference or the progress that we have made over the last 60 years. So primary sector which was producing 80,000 became 8,65,000. The secondary sector which was producing 19,000 only became 13,70,000. So much of increase was there. Then the tertiary sector which was only 39,000, it became 30,10,000. So there is a great improvement is there. Now what we have to do is calculate the share of the three sectors in GDP for 1950 to 2001. Then show the data as a bar diagram similar to graph 2 in the chapter. Then what conclusions can we draw from the bar graph? So another one is we have to see the percentage. So what is the percentage of this one? That is 57.97. So 57.97%. 57.9% was coming from primary sector in 1950. Then in secondary sector it was only, we can say 13.77%. So 13.77%. What about the tertiary sector? It was 28.26%. 28.26%. Then we shall see about this one. So this became 27.33%. 33%. Then secondary sector became 24.37%. Then in the tertiary sector it became 48.30%. So this was the situation. So in 1950 the primary sector was producing 57.97%. So more than half of the GDP was coming from primary sector. But when it became 2011, the primary sector's production became 27.33%. So you can see it has come down to less than half. And here it was only 13.77%. That became 24%. Almost double it became. Then tertiary sector has not really made improvement. It was 28.26%, and 2011 it became 48.30%. That means almost half of the GDP now it is coming from tertiary sector. Before more than half was coming from primary sector. Now almost half is coming from tertiary sector. So the improvement or the concentration has changed from primary sector to tertiary sector. That is what it is showing. Now using this we have to draw a diagram. That is the homework for you. I just to show you how to draw it. So you have to draw the axis